For those of you not in the area, heading up Main Street in Bethlehem towards Broad. And you know what? I usually try to jam this in and go drive myself even crazier than I already am, than I already do during the Christmas season. But I think it's time to start off the 2014 looking back a little early. It's October. The leaves are changing rapidly and falling almost 24 hours later. It's a dry summer and fairly dry fall, autumn so far. What can I say? But honestly, 2014 is a blur to me. The past 9 months, I'm actually trying to think of things to add to this section. And I'll have to look at it. A lot of it, some of it is going to come from looking at the website and what was covered. It was a complete blur. But 2014 saw a lot of evolution for the magazine. Also saw a lot of times where I almost said, you know what? Fuck it, I am done. But it made it to the 1 year mark. Yeah, there are times I still feel like that, but it still keeps going. So, I'm going to kick off with what might be part one of the music what I remember about the music. First thing, this is in no specific order, okay? One thing I know I will not forget, it happened actually first weekend of October, and it was one of the first event where the magazine was actually a media sponsor for an event, third annual Ride for Diabetes. Started at Coca-Cola Park, and oh sweet, it's a Sunday night and a business on Main Street still open at 8 o'clock. Cool. Anyway, Bethlehem's gearing up for the Christmas season already also. Christmas City, USA. Anyway, the Ride for Diabetes I won't forget. For one main reason. The music lineup. Okay? That being said, I'm very familiar with awesome local cover band, and that even had something that their set even had something that's going to stick in my memory. Lead singer Kate Mertz and the band doing a cover of Wanted Dead or Alive by Bon Jovi gave new meaning to that song. No joke. Literally gave a new meaning to that song. And I'm talking about what the song is about. Okay? So, yeah, congratulations to the band. You made not a best of list, but a list of the looking back list for a publication already. Great job. In the music, new band called The Council. They did a show with the Cherry Bombs and Social Call at Main Gate. Well, The Council is, because they're new, they did covers, but their originals floored me. The lyrics, the music, all of it. I am looking forward to seeing a lot more on the original side from The Council. That show was fantastic. Another band that sticks out in my mind from 2014, mainly because of their stage show and the way they just get really into the music and kind of like just go nuts on stage. The Cherry Bombs. These guys they're a cover band, but you know what? They just have so much fun on stage, and they make use of every last inch of the stage, no matter how big or how small. The first time I saw them, the keyboardist actually I think, yeah, it was a keytar. Look it up. 1980s. It was an attempt to make a keyboardist seem as cool as a lead guitarist. Keytar didn't last too long, needless to say. But the keyboardist got a keytar and was playing, just moving around the stage and going nuts. It was awesome. I'm sure you can tell by the sound of my voice, I'm reliving that show. That's like the first ones that stick out in my mind, and that I remember from this long, crazy year full of surprises, both good and bad. Of course, Music Fest 2014, Music Fest, always the one thing I look forward to. Believe it or not, with Music Fest, what sticks out in my mind, what I remember almost as much about it though, is with it being my second, or if you count the blog, third year covering it in a row. What sticks out in my mind about it is pretty much the side you really didn't hear. They did an article where, hey, especially on the north side, don't kill it earlier, don't kill it at 9 o'clock. Here's an idea. Promote the food as much as the alcohol. Drop the food prices $1 or $2. Or come up with creative ways and start controlling the alcohol. Not use, but abuse, but start finding a way to still make the money, but yet cut back on the number of drunks and put more emphasis on people's safety versus the dollars. Trust me. You cut back the food price a couple bucks, and you promote it and get creative with the advertising. You make as much off the food as you do the alcohol, because it's one of everybody I talked to for the past 3 years. That's one of their main complaints of it, is the food prices. Okay? No joke. Anyway, and also, the downside, the other downside that I pointed out in an article was, come on, you have 10 days, you have how many stages? You know what? Let's get all the local bands into this. I know you can't, I know it's tough to do it all in 1 year, but let's get a wider rotation going. And people have told me that, hey, they want the bands to draw the crowds. You know what? Reality check. Music Fest is a totally different ball game. It's not even in the same park. So, anyway, another low point, and this is a first for me to actually point out low points that I remember and that stick out in my mind. Mayfair kicks off Memorial Day weekend, kicks off the summer from Lehigh Valley. This year, like the Allentown Fair, the artists were great, the bands were great, but the festival itself, 2 words, fucking boring. I'm not suggesting moving it back to Cedar Beach. I am suggesting make it more interesting. Maybe bring in different bands. Maybe get creative. I can't think off the top of my head of any ideas, but I'm sure I would have some. A couple things sticks out on my mind that we'll remember about the year on a much higher note. First off, Sports Fest again. We covered it. We were recognized as a sponsor. Thank you very much, Ray, for that. You have no idea what it meant to me. Sports Fest is really cool. And not so much the festival itself and all the sports that they do. The organization is something that I will always remember. The way they take care of the volunteers and the people that help out. The way safety is an extreme of everybody. The volunteers, the staff, the people, the participants and athletes, the people that show up there, the way they take care of everybody, and the way that safety is a top concern for them. Okay. I still remember something that happened in Sports Fest 2013, where thunderstorm comes in. Top concern was, please get to your vehicles. Top concern was getting everybody under cover. That is what impressed the living hell out of me. And I'm still literally, my eyes are open, and in my mind, I'm back during that thunderstorm in 2013. And that's very rare for me. So yeah, these are all things, I know I said this was mainly music, and this is only part one, by the way. We still have 3 months left in this year, and hell of a lot going on. This is Lehigh Valley, come on. I swear, literally last year, bars and nightclubs had themes and events to celebrate the heavy snow and sub-zero temperatures we had. Keep them safe. Part of Bethlehem's finest, the firefighters right there going to a call. But yeah, Sports Fest, the event is fantastic. Plan to come out here. I don't know, they probably don't have the new dates listed yet. Sports Fest, I believe it's sportsfest.org. Look up Sports Fest, Allentown, or Lehigh Valley Sports Fest on Facebook or on the web. Keep an eye out, put this on your calendar for a vacation. The sports aspect of it is fantastic. The organization, I cannot give it, and Ray Attia, who is the founder of this, I cannot give enough praise and compliments to. St. Peter's Church picnic. Former, different person, different life. I grew up in that church. I was a non-molested altar boy. Everything except get married in that church. Okay. The church picnic is called homecoming for a reason. If you grew up attending that church, or now they leveled the school, moved everything over to Northampton. Even if you leave the area, you try to come back for that event, for that picnic. It draws a huge crowd. This year, weather was perfect. Music Fest, St. Peter's Church picnic, the Allentown Fair, and so many fairs and festivals lucked out this year. I can't believe it. Anyway, the food prices were actually cheap. I had a friend of mine who's kind of like been like a mother to me most of my life. Hammy, I think it was like $20 to like eat. Yeah, I ate like crazy. The food prices there are actually low for a fair or a festival or a church picnic, and the food quality, they're known for the pierogies for a reason, okay? But the rest of the food quality, oh my God, that was good. Anyway, these are just some of the events that as I'm walking, I'm actually thinking of them, and it's like in my mind, I'm actually back at these events. This is how much they stick out, both the highs and the lows, okay? But I mentioned the Allentown Fair and saying that it was fucking boring. High point, one of the highs to my 2014 was, one of the high points was the opening night of the Allentown Fair. It used to be what they call the free preview night. No admission, everybody walks in, has a great time, checks out the fair, has a good time, see ya. Well, this year they did it differently. This year that they showed that they actually care about the community, and they wanted to try to help out other people, and especially the homeless. This year, if you brought, I believe it was one or maybe two, but I think it was one can of food, you paid $1 to get in Tuesday night. Basically, you just paid $1.50 to get into the fair the first night. Well, I was sitting in Hava Java before I went to the fair, which is up on 19th Street. I was watching people walk by, and the amount of people that had the plastic grocery bags, that I could tell 3, 4, quarter, half bag of food. It all went to Second Harvest Food Bank in the area. And from what I was told, I believe it was easily over 1,000, check my numbers, pounds of food they raised in those 5 to 6 hours. So this sticks out of my mind because it was helping other people out and it was doing something right. Okay. That's pretty much it for part 1 of 2014 looking back. Like I said, I know you did in December last year. The holidays in the summer are extremely crazy in this area. So I just wanted to get a little bit of a jump on it. And also, I didn't want to try and fry my memory on thinking about trying to remember stuff going on that happened in the area. Thanks for the support, everybody. You're the reason I keep it going. Halloween's coming up. Yes, Halloween and Thanksgiving still do exist in the retail rush for Christmas dollars. Christmas is coming up. A lot of parties, a lot of going out, a lot of having fun. Just do myself, your family, your friends, and people you will meet in your life a favor. Be smart and stay safe. Have a good time. Enjoy life. But be smart about it. Michael Phoenix, founder of the magazine. Thanks for checking us out. And thanks for checking out this article. Take care, everybody. If you're in the valley, especially on the weekends, you might see me around. Even though my face is rarely on the camera. Later.